What is up, everybody? It is your boy Farai. Thank you once again for tuning into another video. Today I got a preset pack giveaway, some cool custom made presets just for you that will work from FL Studio 12 and up. I'm going to pretty much quickly show you how to install them. Obviously there are a lot of new people that find the channel, so you probably want to know how to install them. There is a text file which you'll find. You can download this on Mediafire, free download forever. Hopefully it'll stay on up forever. But yeah, pretty much if you are using FL Studio 12, you can pretty much follow this directory. Actually, it's not for Patcher, my bad. I have copied that from somewhere else, but you know, data is pretty much going to give you the exact place that you need to go. Again, don't worry about Patcher. I've just copy pasted this. Something like that should work. And yeah, you're pretty much just going to install these presets towards the designated file. So for example, this is the file that you'll download. I have opened up a pathway in FL Studio 20. It is a bit different from FL Studio 12's directory, but for example, if I wanted to install some reverb presets, I could click on the Fruity Reverb inside this plugin presets file, right within the effects tab. Click on that, click on the downloaded presets, and then just copy paste them across. And what you'll then find within FL Studio is they'll actually load up within the plugin. So you can click on that, open up our Fruity Reverb, and then we can just hover over the presets and boom, there we go. Our 4040 presets are right there. And as you can see, you got a whole bunch of cool things that I've made, some stuff that you can throw onto the vocal, for example, with the reverbs, some stuff you can use as effects sends, similar to these sends. But yeah, we'll run through a few of the presets and we'll get going. But first, a word from today's sponsor, DistroKid. If you're an independent artist and are building a team, then DistroKid has a really cool feature that you can make use of. This feature is called Splits and allows you and all of the collaborators on a song you've worked on to be paid accordingly. As long as each collaborator has an account with DistroKid, all you need to do is add their email as well as the percentage that they're going to earn, and you're good to go. You can add an unlimited amount of collaborators to any track, so every time the song is streamed, they'll receive the individual cut. For privacy, collaborators can only see what percentage they get. They can't see who your other collaborators are or what other percentage folks are getting. Your releases will never be delayed if any collaborators are slow to sign up. Instead, DistroKid will just hold the money until they're ready to join. The best part about DistroKid is that they do not take a cut of any revenue earned. If you pay a yearly membership fee, you're good to go. Automatic splits are great for artists, but they're also powerful for managers and labels too. That's because accounting is hard and not fun, so allow DistroKid's automated robots to do it for you. More time in the studio, less time dealing with admin. If you are interested in joining DistroKid before your next release, you can check the link below and get 7% off when you use my referral link. Definitely check it out. DistroKid is a good company. I know a lot of people that are high up in the industry using it, and I personally recommend it. Let's get it. Alright, so obviously, probably most importantly, you're going to want to look at the EQs and the compressors. That's mostly what people want presets for, right? So we'll kind of take a look at some of the EQs firstly. I think a lot of people always want some EQs. So I can click over here. For example, as you can see, there's some other presets. I have actually installed this one across. So we'll load it up, you know, mess around a little bit, and I'll kind of guide you through a few of the presets before we, you know, kind of end the video. So as you can see, we can load up our EQ. So I have thought about, you know, just kind of all-round presets in general, just some really cool stuff. As you can see, some nice general vocal toning stuff that I use with the analog EQs, similar curves. You know, there'll be other things like sweet vocal tones. These are just going to kind of mellow out your vocal, just to help you kind of get more of an airy vocal sound. This is especially important for those who are not too good with EQ, but still want to kind of brighten up their sound. This is going to work. You know, again, this is a slightly different tone. This is more kind of analog orientated, nice kind of analog EQ going on, rolling off a little bit at the top end. You can mess around. Definitely try and adjust up and down. I've kind of set these up to actually EQ on the spot. So for example, you can see this is 489. This is generally where you're going to find a lot of boxiness, so you're not going to want to EQ too much, or kind of move from left to right too much, right, if you're not too good with EQ. And you can lift this up and down, maybe put it even down if you'd like. Again, SSL console, something kind of a similar curve that I use. And yeah, lots of cool stuff that you can mess around with. But if we kind of look at all the different categories, I'm sure you want to know as well what you have in general. Fruity Blood Overdrive, if I was just to kind of drag and drop this on here, the Blood Overdrive presets are pretty much going to be emulating mic preamps. So these you're going to want to add actually onto as the first thing on your vocal chain. So obviously if you had your auto-tune, if you are using auto-tune, you can slap that right there, and that is going to give your microphone or your vocal take a bit more kind of juice. So for example, let's just get rid of this. Where does this come from now?
Big wheels and I'm basically on my way, yeah. Get big drip, I just took a trip to space, yeah. Young boss when I step up in a place, yeah. No birthday, but kinda like a cake, yeah.
So obviously, if I use this aggressively, you're gonna get too much juice, but just add a little bit in if you are using an audio interface. That way you're gonna be able to get a bit more kind of non-linear distortion added to your sound, and this is really gonna help your vocals cut through the mix. So blood overdrive preset to kind of emulate mic preamps. After that, we'll have the compressors. Obviously pretty simple. I have emulated some of my favorite analog compressors that we have in the studio. So 1176 you're gonna find. This is gonna be a really nice vocal compressor that you can try out. All buttons in. You can use this on parallel compression. Clamp that vocal. Just gonna be a really nice vocal clamper. You know, if you are struggling with compression, then using this in your vocal chain is really gonna help. Adjust the threshold if things are a bit too crazy. But in general, this should be a nice kind of starting point. Very light ratio. I've actually got my favorite preset right here, which was the, I call this the Farai's FL compressor. But, these were the general settings that I was using when I started off, mixing. I didn't go too crazy. I just kept the thresholds light usually, and that was enough to kind of just, do a little bit of light compression. So, enjoy these. I don't think I have any mastering compressors. These are all vocal based this time round. Check out some of my older presets if you would like something like that. Again, we have some Fruity Flangus presets, and these I have added with percentages on them, so you actually want to blend them in terms of wet and dry. So if I wanted to get a bit more of I've actually misspelled that should be delicious tape. Haha, fixing typos right there. Delicious tape. For example, you would want to mix this in 7%. So if I wanted to get a little bit of kind of tape sound,
yeah, I can love a thot cause the hoes real fake, yeah. I can trust the op cause the ops real fake, yeah. Coolin' in the cut, I'll be staying out the way, yeah. For some real life, I could teach you how to play, yeah. Going hard, it ain't free. Yeah, shawty, keep it real, keep it G.
You can see how that adds a very nice kind of de-essy sound via flanger. That's kind of a trick I've been making use of a lot during my mixing. So cool fat double as well, you can use on a doubler or something like that. You can mess around with that. I'll leave you to it. Fruity limiter, again, these are going to be kind of more intricate or more kind of technical compression sounds. So you can add tape slam. Vocal bus is just something you can add to your vocal bus to get a little bit more juice. Let's throw that onto our vocal bus real quick. I do generally use a compressor, so it's kind of emulating something similar to that. Just turn that off.
Yeah, coolin' in the cut, I'll be staying out the way, yeah. For some real life, I could teach you how to play, yeah. Going hard, it ain't free. Yeah, shawty, keep it real, keep it G. Yeah, all white whip like skis.
You can actually hear it adds a really nice kind of harmonic distortion. We are making use of the saturation, the internal saturation on the Fruity limiter. So lots of stuff to mess around with. I think there is a little bit of, no compression, just limiting. And yeah, it sounds really good. It sounds like, kind of an emulation of tape slamming. But, again, lots of cool stuff. Tape compressor, interesting attack. So, messing around with the different types of attack curves. On the Fruity limiter, you can actually use it as a compressor as well, since a limiter is technically a compressor. But lots of cool stuff to mess around with. Over here we have the multiband compression. So I've kind of messed around with, some different styles of compressing via multiband. So for those who don't know what a multiband is, it is a compressor that pretty much allows you to compress different parts of a sound. So you can, single out the bass and then compress the bass. You can single out the mids and the highs, right? It's a 3-band multi-band compressor. And bass fixer, we've got some really cool presets that I'll kind of leave you to it. There's a really interesting one here, fat analog compressor, which is kind of making use of this FIR curve or whatever is on here, and it sounds really interesting.
Yeah, coolin' in the cut, I'll be staying out the way, yeah. For some real life, I could teach you how to play, yeah. Going hard, it ain't free.
And as you can hear, it kind of sounds like a compressor that is sagging on the high end. So really cool. You can kind of use it as a slight de-esser. Really interesting presets that you can mess around with. Again, Panomatic, if you want to do some cool panning, I've kind of, emulated the Mondo mod for those who like to use waves.
Yeah, coolin' in the cut, I'll be staying out the way, yeah. For some real life, I could teach you how to play, yeah. Going hard, it ain't free.
So if you have bridge sections or something, you can kind of swing your vocal from left to right. Really cool. A lot of kind of basic stuff, but still in depth. And yeah, again, EQs we've looked at. Reverbs again. You want to be You can use these on the vocal itself, or you can use them as sends. So if you want to set up some cool effect sends similar to how I've done, you can then apply those sends to here. So, you know, on vocal would be on the vocal, sends you could drag onto there, and you can get some really cool sounds. So if we kind of look at this is kind of emulating a stay away type reverb. Really cool, really interesting stuff.
Cooling in the cut, I'll be staying out the way, yeah. For some real life, I could teach you how to play, yeah. Going hard, it ain't free.
So really cool, kind of like a delay sounding reverb, really fun. I had fun making these presets. You know, we've also got, what else was the last one? Soft clipper. So again, this is just going to be kind of tape style, soft saturation. There's not really much you can do with the soft clipper, but those are some cool starting points for your mix bus. And then we also have actually a few mastering presets, so you can mess around with that. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. You know, check out the presets below. Definitely check out the DistroKid link below. Video sponsored by them, so shout out to them, and shout out to you for subscribing. Hopefully you have learned something from the channel, and hopefully you are able to watch some of the older videos as well. I've done so many videos at this point, probably well over like 400. There's a lot of cool stuff. If ever you want to know something, for example, just search Farai the Producer vocal doubler, and I've probably done a couple of videos on that, so check that out if ever you feel you want to learn more about my template format, reverbs. I've done videos on doubling, vocal chains, you know, different rappers' vocal styles. You can definitely go check out all of that. But yeah, man, definitely make sure to subscribe. Stay well. Check the download links below, and I'll check you next time. Peace out.